Hey, this is Nicole with a little horse logic, even though right now it looks a little more like goat logic and cat logic. Hey, sissy, you want to pick up? Oh, yeah, of course. So what I want to talk about for a minute is I teach for us to ask our horses to become partners with us. And what that means to me is like that we don't do things to them, but we do things with them. So you might have heard me talk about, right, holding out your halter and asking the horse to please put the nose in to the halter. So the horse actually has an active part in being haltered rather than us just throwing the halter over the head. And I always teach people, don't ask the question with the question mark at the end where you go like, do you want to put the nose in the halter? Because the horse might just say no. And then, you're not going to end up with good results. But instead, ask with the intention for it to happen. So you put the halter out and you say, please put your nose into the halter. And then very, very, very often horses immediately respond. Sometimes they take a little moment because they're not sure what you're asking or that you're actually really asking for their partnership. Because a lot of horses are not used to being engaged with the humans. A lot of horses really only know things being done to them and not being asked to connect with their people in partnership so that they actually can do it together with their people. But I also use this asking approach around my horses in many other ways. And one way is, for example, and we have a little video that we're blending in here right now, where, I will have a horse, Cador, hanging out in our little hay shed. And when it's time for him to back out of the hay shed because it's time for me to go back to the house, I will ask him to please back up. Of course, I could go right to his front and push him out, which is the traditional way of moving horses, right? We usually get rather physical with them. I instead rather just use my voice and ask him to please back up. And lo and behold, it usually works. Now it's time to close the door. Can you back out, please? Back up. Come on, Cara. Back up. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. Nice job. Good job. Thank you. The horses respond so wonderfully to this approach of speaking directly to them. Now, you can also extend that to other areas. For example, if I take a horse up to a gate and I need to open that gate, and let's just say we need to back up to open the gate because it comes towards us, I will also ask the horse to please back up, and then even say, because I need to open this gate. And then I take a breath and wait. And lo and behold, the horse will take a step back and give me the space to open the gate. Another example is, if you have a barn and your horse is in a stall with sliding doors, and if the horse can stick the head through, that was my old barn, the horse could stick the head through the opening in the door, but she had to step back. This was Kayla back then. For me to open the door, because it was a slider, I would stand in front of her stall and ask her, please step back, and then she would come. No, she wouldn't come. Shana's coming right now. Kayla would actually take a breath and then slowly take a step, remove her head out of the opening so I could open the door. So there are so many ways to use asking as a great verbal tool to communicate with your horse, which what I love about it is that I know that in those moments when I ask and the horse responds, we are truly connected because it's a dialogue we're creating, rather than me just moving into their space and pushing them out or back or over or whatnot. That's to me like oh, whoa, somebody comes into your space and then moves you around. Right? That's somebody doing something to you. When I ask you and you respond, I actually do it together with you. And that's what I love about this approach so much. And it works in so many ways. So this is just a little snippet of how asking can become part of your daily routine with your horses. There are so many more examples, and I share a lot of them in my webinar series. So if you're intrigued and if you're curious to learn more about how to connect with your horse in this partnering way, in this way where you do not to, but with your horse, then take a peek at the page and join us, because we're having certainly a blast sharing all this information with you and seeing how you and your horses are starting to connect in these amazing, magical ways. All right, so that's the tip for the day, a little horse logic for you. Ugh. And I think it's time now to spend some time with the kitty. All right, see you next time in the field.